Hello again, welcome back to Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2 career mode. I need to first of all start with an apology because the last episode, for whatever reason, didn't record with any game sound, and which meant that you only had me talking. So I apologise for that. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you, and hopefully I fixed it. If I haven't fixed it, I can only once again apologise. This is exactly the professionalism that you expect from me, though, right? So, I mean, look, if you've been following along and you've been listening to my videos and watching my videos, then I guess this is what you should expect. We are doing Spain, first of our 3 races to end this season. Spain, Japan and Australia today, to end Season 5 of this career mode, although actually for me it's Season 7 because of the issues we've had with some of the recordings that have gone. I've changed my recording process a little bit to prevent that from happening so much in the future, although that's not to say it won't happen again in the future. I'm kind of lucky, I suppose, that this series, at least at this point, this season I should say, at this point, has been fully recorded, because if it hadn't, we'd be in Bizarro World, because obviously the previous times I've done it, I managed to get back to a Williams come the next season, and so it seemed to be seamless for yourselves. But this time I don't think I'm going to get a Williams at the end of this season, so it won't be quite so seamless if it happened again. Whatever the case, Bloom is in 3rd, I'm in 7th. I've got to beat him. That is the goal. Let's get and do it. 6 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix, and hope that things continue to go in the way we want them to go. Straight up to 5th, past the rival. This is where we crash into someone, go wide, somehow survived. Don't know what happens to the Benetton. I think he must have hit me. He's down to 13th. Well, that takes the pressure off as well, because now we don't need to worry about him at all. It's just us against these lead cars. Through the chicane, and we've hit him as well. Lovely. So the last few episodes, you will remember, not last one, but the episodes before that, you will remember me getting very frustrated at the amount of times I was colliding with other cars, and I was even suggesting that maybe I was playing in a different way. Hell, I was even probably suggesting that the game was conspiring against me. Whatever the case, this episode, at the moment, and the last episode in fairness to a certain extent, it's gone the other way, and we're the ones getting the benefit of those collisions a bit more, which is, well, it's helpful, certainly. But as I say, maybe it's just we're getting our share of the luck this time around, which we were not getting in previous episodes, I would suggest. Anyway, we're keeping 2nd place just ahead of us. Schumacher's managed to get back to 6th, but he's still 5 seconds behind us. I'm not concerned about him. I just want to get around this track. 3rd place would be lovely, a lovely way to finish this race. And again, it's all about the start. You know, I think it's become clear now, and it should have been clear to me a long time ago. We are, after all, 5 seasons into this. It's become very clear to me that if I start well, I'm fine. I can achieve my goals in most of these races if I just start well. If I start poorly, that's when things become a real problem for me. Probably when the videos get most exciting or most interesting. And, you know, for all I know, people are watching these videos because somebody shared them to say, look at this guy, he's rubbish at playing video games. Very likely that that's why anybody's been watching the videos. I'm thankful all the same. I'm accepting that that's the quality of player I am. You can't shame me. This is just, yeah, this is how I play. Okay, so still up to 3rd. Still in 3rd. And I can still see 2nd place. He's only just ahead of me. But those are the parts of the track where I'm most likely to make time. And this bit I really struggle with. You either run really wide and significantly slow down. Sorry, you either slow down significantly or you run wide significantly. Either way I lose time on those ahead of me. 8.5 seconds ahead of Schumacher now. Lap 5 of 6. You know, the easiness, or the not the easiness, but the lack of incident that's taken place in the last episode and this episode is just going to make people think that I am actually trying to not win this championship, because it's been such night and day between the quality of my play in episodes 1 to 3 of this season compared to episodes 4 and 5 that people are going to think I'm just sabotaging it to keep the series going. Again, I will emphasize this, and I've said it before, but I will emphasize that is not the case. I am just trying to win this championship and get out of this game. Obviously, that's not going to happen this season, so we are going to have a 6th season. As I said last episode, that season won't be next week. It will probably be the week after, as I try and do something else for a week. And then I'll be back to try and conquer the world as world champion again. We've gone too wide on that one, trying to stay in the slipstream of this second position driver, because I'm trying to catch him. I think, I think second is still possible. Even now, we're so close to the end of the race, and we're in the final lap. I still think it's possible. It's not now. No, it's not possible now. That was the last chance we had. We had to be closer on that chicane in order to do it, and as we weren't, it's not going to happen. But 3rd place here at Spain, not Portugal. Did well at Portugal though last time. Best time we've ever raced that. The best 6 laps we've ever done. 4 minutes 43 seconds. Very nice indeed. And we have 35 points, back into 4th, ahead of Jeremy again in his Ferrari, but quite a long way, 23 points behind Bloom, which means we can't even catch him because there's only 20 points available now in the season. There's 2 races left. I can't believe my eyes. I know you can't, and we will save. I thought for a second that Benetton might take me on. Maybe they will take me on, after this one, because we're going to go up against Benetton again. I think the big thing that we're waiting for this episode is where I end up at the end of the season, because that will effectively define what next season's all about. I guess if we finish in a Benetton, that's okay. I guess. I don't know how happy I'd be with that, but if we finish in a Benetton, we take on next season starting in a Benetton, we might be alright. We can race pretty well in America. We're okay in Brazil. We're getting better at San Marino and even Monaco. So through those first few races, if I could beat a rival, be it Williams or Ferrari, and then kind of get a promotion, who knows? 6th is the qualifying we did in this race. We took one of those corners really poorly. Bloom is in 3rd, Schumacher's in 3rd. 6 laps to go. All about just beating him again, I think. Just keep it simple through the rest of this season. I'm not pushing for anything major. We're good at this race. We should be confident, but not too confident. We've been overconfident at times in the past. And that is an example of where we've been overconfident. We're down to 7th now. So we go again, dust ourselves down. We haven't dropped too far back, only 2 seconds behind Bloom, and a couple of cars just in front of us that we need to overtake before he's the next target. In the slipstream, up to 6th, and he's dropped behind, lovely, in 5th. There is Bloom. Benetton just ahead of us. So, still very much can do this. And there he is again, so he's right there. And we've actually got ahead of him right now. This tricky corner to get through. Sorry for the lack of articulation there, but I had to concentrate through that bit. So we're up to 4th. We've got the Benetton just behind us. We've got a car just ahead of us. We're doing alright here. Up to starting lap 3. Sometimes I notice that I make noises as opposed to say words. And it's only really being highlighted to me whilst I concentrate on something else. And I think that's the interesting thing here, is that even when I've done podcasts in the past, obviously you're not really concentrating on other things when you're doing a podcast. But when you're really concentrating quite hard in doing something, your mind simply doesn't work as well when you're trying to talk. And I've really noticed that playing these games and thinking about what I'm saying as I'm playing these games. So, 4th place. We're going to take on 3rd now if we can. We've done it. We've gone up to 3rd. It's going to be difficult for us to retain that position because of the trickiness of some of this track. But can't deny I'm really happy with the way this has gone so far. And there's 2nd place as well. This has been a really good race. I mean, let's be clear, it's been really good. Still 2.5 laps to go as well. 1st is quite a long way ahead of me, but 2nd is catchable. Unbelievably, it's actually catchable on this one. Okay, 4 minutes 20 seconds down. And he's hit me, which is lovely, because he's now a long way behind us. So 2nd is where we are at. P2. And over 5 seconds ahead of Schumacher now. Yeah, 1st place is too far ahead of us, with just a lap and a bit to go. But 2nd place, this could be a very good penultimate race of the season. We know we can't reach 3rd place, in the championship either. So we're en route to beating Schumacher again, which we may have to do even just to get his car, because of course, as I say, he's higher in the championship than us significantly. I mean, that's not how the game works. The game doesn't really understand that stuff. Oh no! What a disaster! What a terrible way to... I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't concentrating, and wow. I'm a little bit, and we're down to 5th in the championship. So now there's something actually riding on this Australian Grand Prix. I just lost my concentration. That's all that happened there. Is I just completely lost my concentration. I was kind of phoning it in to the end of the race because we were clear. We were in the clear. We were going to get a really good 2nd place. And then I just stopped thinking about what I was doing, and we came up to a tricky corner and just crashed. And wow. Schumacher gets a little bit aggro on this. Anyway, it's raining in Australia. It's the last race of the season. There's something riding on it. We've got to get back at least up to 4th, because I don't want to stay in the Tyrant. That's the thing. The Tyrant is the 5th best car in the on the grid. If we finish 5th in the championship, there's no guarantees at all that we will get a better car next season. And though I think this is a decent car to drive in, it's not one that will allow us to win the championship, which is obviously what we're looking for. So 7th placed qualifying. Okay, this could be challenging today. Bloom is 2nd. We're 3-1 against him, and Schumacher must be feeling kind of... You could tell from his comments. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was like a rant, basically. He was like, "Yes, you'll never beat me. I'm the great one." They've almost portrayed him as like a stereotypical angry German, stereotypical angry Nazi. Actually, it's what it feels like they've portrayed him in the game. But I probably shouldn't say that. But that's what it feels like the game has tried to do, which is very unfair. Anyway, we're in the lead. This is where we should be in Australia, and I think, again, given my performance on this circuit in previous seasons has been up and down. But when I've been down, I've been really bad. But this time is just showing you how easy I find the circuit. I don't. Sometimes everything goes wrong because of the traffic, and we don't end up where we want to be. But right now, no problem at all. 10 seconds ahead of Bloom. He is not going to catch me. He's down in 5th. He's at it for the day. And we just need to keep our head, not crash, not lose concentration in the final lap, the final point in the race where I could have actually, anything could happen to me and crash out, because this is 10 very useful points in terms of securing 4th place in the championship, which, as I said, had to be the minimum in order for us to continue the season, to continue the series. And this time I really mean it, because we can't take on a whole season knowing that there's no chance of winning the championship at all in that season. Given that that's our goal, and given that we've been through 5 seasons together of this game, we just couldn't do that. So, 15 seconds ahead of my rival. Probably going to catch a back marker at some point in this race. Not so expertly taken that time, that turn. We will live with it. Point is, I don't need to take it that well. So long as I don't collide with other cars, this is not actually any kind of a challenge for me, this track, to win. Even catch back markers, as this guy is. 16th place, straight past him. Quite a lot more of a gap to 15th, but I think it's still possible. Just exploring with that corner a little bit, given that we've got some time. Just trying to see what might work better for me to optimise it for those occasions where I am a long way back and I'm trying to catch up. It'd be lovely to not lose loads of time through that corner, in addition to all the time we gain through the rest of the circuit. And there is 14th as well, so we're going to lap 14th place too. This has been a very, very successful race. And here's the turn. Wow. Those 2 back markers both hit me. It didn't matter much, because I wasn't going to get caught. And there's the race win. Very nice. 10 points in the bag. A win in Tyrrell. They can't argue with that, can they? So we finished the season 4th, 5 points ahead of Ferrari. Let's see what happens here. I'm mildly interested here. This is the usual end of season nonsense. Good. What will Senna say? I mean, he's saying the same thing. He said the same thing a load of time. I think this game is meant to be, you know, a game which you can conquer within 2, 3, 4 seasons at most. We are now in season 5 and still seemingly quite away from the championship. So Benetton wants me. We're going to start next season in a Benetton. So this will be a significant change to the way things go. And maybe that's what we need. Maybe we needed a new, a new kind of approach to trying to win this season. And to do that, apparently we're going to take a lesser car. So how about that? Okay, well that is season 5 in the books. Thank God. That was a terrible, terrible season. Thank you for watching along. If you've enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all the rest of it. We will be back again on Monday with another game, a different game of some kind, to take a week off on this particular game. But then we'll be back with season 6 of Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP, and I look forward to bringing that to you. I'll see you then.